What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the MG Cup series here on NBCSN. We are at Texas here today for hopefully a race that'll be a lot better than the one earlier this year when only about half of the distance was run before it was called early due to weather. What's going on back here? Anyways, Tony Stewart is your pole sitter with Jamie McMurray who was outside. And, yeah, 101 laps here today. Hopefully we can get them all in. Looks nice and sunny. It's bright out here today, so it doesn't look like we'll have any sort of threats as far as weather is concerned here. Heading down into turn 3. Tony Stewart on the bottom here, that 20 leading us to the green flag. The pace car actually leading us around at the moment, but the pace car is about to make that hard left turn on the pit road, and we're about to get things underway. This is our third race ever in the series at Texas. Looking to have some fun here today. Watching the flag man, and the green flag is out. We're racing here at Texas, which is funny because as I'm recording this, the NASCAR is at Texas this weekend as well, so it's pretty funny actually. But off of turn 2, Tony Stewart. Oh, trouble already in the back. That's Sterling Marlin that goes spinning down to the bottom of the racetrack. Brings out our first caution here. Racing back to the line, Mark Martin side by side with his teammate Kurt Busch at the stripe. It's going to be Kurt, and everyone seems to have made it through pretty cleanly here. And down the front stretch and across the start finish line. So we're going to go ahead and rack them up and try this again. So we go on board with Chris Beck as they slow down. We'll be right back after this. And we are back. I accidentally skipped too many laps, but it's fine. Green flag is in the air. Kurt Busch pulls out ahead as we head down through 1 and 2. Off of turn 2, once again, get a good flyby here as we head down the backstretch. Through 3 and 4 for the first time under green. And we're going to complete a green flag lap. 3 wide for second place. Make that 4 wide as Dale Jr. goes to the bottom. Matt Kenseth is there. Car in the wall towards the back. That's Joe Nemechek, but no caution is out. Nemechek with heavy rear end damage. And they are all over the place here. Look out. Tony Stewart got moved up the track by Jeff Gordon. Jeff Gordon, as Gordon is back in that 24 car here today. After that injury, so it's nice to see him back behind the wheel after a terrible crash at Michigan. And Jimmy Johnson down on the bottom now. Whoa, contact. Dale Jr. Oh, they're 5 wide. Back down to 4. Squeezing off of turn 2. This is not going to end well. There it goes. Jr. into the outside wall. Gordon and Martin collected as well. The track is blocked. A big crash is going to happen heading down into turn 3 here. The track completely blocked. And these guys with nowhere to go. Trying to get on the brakes. They finally get slowed down. And the yellow flag is out. Racing back to the line. Your leader is Jimmy Johnson. Look at the carnage in turn 3. There's Todd Bodine with heavy front end damage. The front end of that car all crunched in. The 21 of Ricky Rudd is destroyed, and Jeff Gordon's rear end is bent up. There's Kyle Busch in the 84. The 50, Brian Vickers. That's a lot of Hendrick cars. There's 3 of them right there. Mark Martin and Greg Biffle. That's 2 Roush Racing cars as well. Look at Ricky Craven bringing it back around here. Oh, there's one stopped on the front stretch. It's Joe Nemechek once again having an issue. And there is chaos happening here. We're going to take a quick break and, well, actually, we're going to show you the replay first. Watch this. Turn 2, they squeeze into the outside wall. Gordon spins, and then Mark Martin gets hit, and down at the bottom of the racetrack, everyone that thought they made it through didn't. Oh, and Todd Bodine right into the back of Scott Riggs in the 10. Riggs had nothing to do with that. Got on the brakes, did everything he needed to. On board with Elliott Sattler as he gets by. And watch, there's Greg Biffle, nowhere to go, just plows right into it. Let's go on board with Mark Martin. He gets squeezed up into the outside wall. And gets hit hard multiple times. Kyle Busch and another car with nowhere to go there. This angle should allow you to see everything. Squeezed into the wall. Down the track, Biffle gets collected. Rudd and Busch nowhere to go. And then these guys come stacking up, trying to get on the brakes. And they just have nowhere to go. So yeah, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back after this for the drop of the green flag. Welcome back to the MG Cup Series here at Texas. Getting ready to go green once again after a pretty big wreck. Took out most of the field, or about a quarter of the field. Jimmy Johnson, your leader, looking to continue his dominance this season. Jeff Gordon in his return to the MG Cup Series after being hurt at Michigan. You saw he was involved in that wreck before the break. He's got heavy damage to that car, just trying to stay out here and get as many points as he can. The green flag is back out. And Gordon immediately just slow right off the bat. Look at Chris Mack down on the bottom as they split these slower cars here. Terry Labonte in the 5. One of only 2 Hendrick cars that wasn't involved in that wreck. And look at just the entire bottom line being held up here. And there's Tom Hubert in the 72 as well on a different strategy. It's an underfunded team, so these guys trying to work their way by the slower cars. As Hubert was inside the top 10. Trouble! Into the wall, up and over Brian Vickers, and another car upside down. I can't tell who that is. I believe that is Hermie Sattler. Yes, it is. The 02 is on his roof, comes to a rest, gets back on all 4 wheels in a hard crash, brings out the yellow flag. 4 wide through 3 and 4 as they race back to the line. There goes Jamie McMurray into the outside wall, and he spins through the grass. He's going to gather it back up, but he's got some damage to that 42 car. And a lot just happened on that lap. The restart's getting very chaotic here today. Let's take a look at what all just went down. Look at this, contact further back because they were 4 wide. And then, oh, Vickers gets bumper locked with Bobby Labonte right down into the grass. He saves it, but gets into that grass and just no grip, slides back up the racetrack. It collects a whole bunch of them. See Brendan Gaughan, and then Gaughan, look at the 77 up in the air on 2 wheels there on his side and almost turned over. Hermie Sattler got sandwiched between the wall, and that popped him up into the air and over. And then these guys sliding through the tri-oval. Nowhere for Scott Riggs to go as he got a little bit of damage in that. Gets ping-ponged late. Let's watch Harvey Sattler here. What an angle that was. Let's take another look at it from that angle. This time in slow motion here. Watch the 25 turnover. The 0-2 as well. Just a wild, crazy wreck. So we go on board with Brian Vickers. I doubt our camera lasted too long, but we're gonna try it anyway. Hold on tight. It's about to get crazy. There it goes. Let's go on board with Bobby Labonte here. 18, got into the back of him, thought everything was fine, and then 5 came back up to the racetrack. Nowhere for all these guys to go. Hit late there from Jeremy Mayfield. Let's go on board with Kevin Harvick. Harvick sneaks through without any issues. And here's the carnage behind him. It's right with Elliott Sadler. He avoided it, but he just watched his brother get destroyed. And mirror. So 2 cars up and over here at Texas on the front straightaway. And a wild wreck. And on the race back, let's see what happened here. 4 wide. Chris Mack, 5 wide. Mack backs out of it smartly. These guys didn't. McMurray was trying to, but at that point it was too late. Gets sent up the racetrack by Kurt Busch as they clip each other. And the 42 noses into the outside wall. Matt Kenseth with some rear end damage as well. That's 3 Roush Racing cars with damage. Jason Leffler had nowhere to go in that 60 car, and he's got damage as well. Heavy damage to the front end of Leffler's car. Look at Jamie McMurray. Man, absolute carnage so far here today. And that's 3 Roush Racing cars out of it, and 3 Hendrick cars with damage as well. We're gonna take another break. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to the MG Cup Series here on NBCSN. Getting ready for yet another restart, and some of the slowest cars in the field because of heavy damage are restarting on the inside lane. That's Jeff Gordon in the 24, who was involved in the first wreck. Jason Leffler involved in the most recent crash, and a few underfund cars as well. Green flag in the air. Dale Jr. did not get a good restart. Dale Jarrett pulls away as he's your race leader, and the rest of the field is going to get checked up big time. They're going to have to work their way through all of this. Boris said he's got a train of cars behind him, and they're not going to be patient at all. They're trying to figure out a way to get past. Said goes up to the... Whoa! Almost cleared himself. Chris Mack, where is he going to go? Let's go on board with that 86. Look at him through the middle. No fear whatsoever. Oh, has to slam on the brakes there. Oh, and contact. Oh, they ran out of room. They get squeezed up into the outside wall. And a big crash once again, taking out multiple cars. That's 4 Hendrick cars out of this one, as Jimmy Johnson is destroyed and the yellow flag is out. Racing back to the line, Johnny Sauter is your leader. Whoa, Dale Jr. swung way wide and about got up into the outside wall. Let's see what just caused that accident that brought out the yellow flag here. Can't really, seems like we can't go more than a lap under green. Let's see what happened. the 3, oh, the 50. I don't think Chris Mack knew it was there, but looks like the 50 was also kind of drifting up the racetrack a little bit, at least from that angle. Let's try this one. Oh, you can see the 50 of Derek Cope not going all the way down to the bottom of the racetrack. Had room to go down there, but didn't take it. And the 86 expecting him to go down. And he came down and they ran out of room. Let's try it one more. Let's try to slow it down a little bit more. Look at this. Jimmy Johnson, innocent bystander, just caught up in this. And Jeff Gordon with nowhere to go as well. Checked up the field and then they ran out of room trying to get by him. But Gordon, they were flying by him on both sides at the time, so he really had nowhere to go. Tried to stay high and get out of the way, but there were just cars coming. Way too many cars coming, and Jeff Green had nothing to do with any of that. He was just riding along. But at least we had a clean race back to the start-finish line. Chris Mack, very upset over the radio. But man, Dale Jr., what a save. He almost got up into the outside wall. A little bit there. Get the 86. Completely misses his stall. He's gonna back it up. He's gonna try to pull it in. I believe he's retiring from the race here today. No, looks like he's gonna stay. He's gonna try to get some of that repaired. As we take another break, we'll be right back after this. Welcome back to the MG Cup Series here on NBCSN. Preparing for yet another restart. Look who's in second. That's 20 of Tony Stewart with rear end damage. Heavy rear end damage to that Home Depot machine. But he's in P2 right now after pit stops. And look who's in third. That's the 0 of Ward Burton. A few different faces out in front here. But Dale Jr., your leader. He gets a great jump on the restart. Oh boy, look at Boris said. Now this is going to be something for these guys to have to manage to get by here cleanly, but quickly at the same time. Jason Leffler with heavy damage behind them. And they're going to go to the inside. Chris Mack on the high side is trying to get a few points and positions. Look at him way on the high side. Never seen anyone go that close to the wall here before in the series, but there is enough grip at this track for you to do that. Drivers just choose not to because it doesn't always stick up there, especially on the exit. You don't really get it to stick. But Chris Mack at this point has nothing to lose. He's ready to try something new. Down on the apron goes Sauter, and he's going to save it. More contact behind him. Around goes Tom Hubert on the front stretch. And the caution comes out again. And Terry Labonte, the last remaining injured car in this race, just narrowly avoided that. I didn't think these guys crossed the line, but apparently they did. So the yellow flag is out. Mike Skinner is in P2, and we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to the MG Cup Series here on NBCSN. Kevin Harvick is your leader, and it's been an absolute wreck fest so far here from Texas Motor Speedway. But Kevin Harvick is your leader, and that's Elliott Sattler in second. Green flag is back out. We're racing once again. Chris Mack on the high side, letting people by. Because he is not up to speed. He's trying to bring it down off the wall so he can avoid hitting it on exit. Dale Jr. trying to work his way back up through the pack after falling back through the pit stops, and gets underneath them pretty cleanly. Took it 3 wide and made it work. Matt Kenseth with rear end damage, still holding his own out here. He's a little bit slower than the rest of the field, but he's doing what he can with what he has. Kurt Busch looking underneath Terry Labonte. Here's the last remaining Hendrick car and one of the last remaining Roush Racing cars going side by side here. And Kurt takes the spot. He's going to move him up into 4th place here. But Kevin Harvick is your leader. He's got 2 cars right behind him. That's 38 of Elliott Sadler to 40 of Sterling Marlin. Marlin's still looking for his first win. Look at Kurt Busch, the run he has through 1 and 2. He's flying off of turn 2. Man, that car is on rails here today, and it looks like he's got a rocket strapped to the back of that thing, because he is absolutely just hauling it here. Dale Jr. still trying to work his way back up through the pack as well. I believe he might need another caution. And there's still plenty of time for him to get one. 3 wide. We almost had one right there. That got pretty close. Kyle Petty almost got turned by Casey Mears. Look at Mike Skinner all over the rear end of Matt Kenseth. What's left of it. A little bit of bouncing off each other. You saw the 45 get up into the outside wall. Kurt Busch is now your leader, as he just absolutely took it from Kevin Harvick. Side by side for P3, that's Terry Labonte underneath the 30 of Johnny Sauter. Now here comes Elliott Sadler underneath him. And the lap car, whoa boy, look out, Boris said. Very slow out on a racetrack. Probably the slowest car on the track, only going about 165 down the straightaways, maybe 170 if he can. He's topping out at about 170 at the ends of the straights, so I guess they're saying he's making minimum speed, but I'm not really too sure about that. Oh! Into the wall goes Mike Skinner, along with Ryan Newman. They keep it straight for now. I don't see any serious damage on that 31 car, but it might have cut a tire down. That 31 lost all its momentum. It's very slow. So did the 12. Here comes the 37 of Andy Hillenberg underneath. That's a name I didn't think I would say, but he gets checked up immediately by Boris Said running the bottom. And here comes Ward Burton. Jason Leffler gets by as well. And they're going to go almost 3 wide. Brendan Gaughan gets in line behind Steve Park in the 7. Look at Johnny Sauter in the lead at the moment. But here comes Kurt Busch with a huge run off of turn 4. Imagine if this was the finish. Kurt will be your winner. We've still got more than half of this race to go. As we're 3 wide for second. Now Sauter on the high side. Elliott Sadler's the one taking it 3 wide. But Kevin Harvick got the best run out of that in the middle. Here comes Terry Labonte back up into the picture. And a lap car. Tom Hubert brought out the last caution. Got sent into the outside wall. I believe it was by Terry Labonte. I'm not sure. No, Terry Labonte was the one that avoided him. Contact there. Labonte about sent him around again as he gets held up. Not wasting trying not to waste too much time and not appreciating being held up by a slow car. Here comes Tony Stewart with a run. He's going to try to take the spot from Terry. Terry Labonte blows up, and around he goes into the outside wall. And that's going to bring out our I don't even know, I've lost count, but it's going to bring out another caution here today. And that is a scary sight, seeing that 5-car sit sideways on the racetrack, driver's side door first towards traffic. Luckily, nobody hits him. The car is flying by at full speed, and Mike Skinner has not gotten back up to speed after getting into the outside wall. But the yellow flag is out, and Terry Labonte, engine blowing on that car. Something tells me he might have been trying to get some debris off the grill when he got up behind the 72, and that car just blew up there. Engine temperature got way too hot. He tried to pull down the racetrack and get out of the way. Tony Stewart unfortunately was there, and he got sent into the wall. I'm gonna have a quick clean up here. Green flag is back out. And look at this absolute chaos we have here. Cars are everywhere. 3 wide. Boris Stead holding up most of the field. That's Tom Hubert in the 72 right behind them. 2 of the slowest cars on track right now. And there's Jamie McMurray, Ryan Newman, a few other guys behind them. Cars diving down to the bottom now, trying to avoid Mike Skinner in the 31. Skinner got up into the wall and has never been the same since. That car, something's wrong with it. Might have broken something when he got up into the wall there. It's not been anywhere near as fast as it once was. Dale Jr. being held up by this once again. And now, looks like he's gonna... Oh, and around goes Jamie McMurray on the back stretch. I thought the 8 was gonna turn to 72, but no, Jamie Mack is the one that gets spun. Let's take another look at it here. Off of turn 2, and Ryan Newman just flat out dumps him. I didn't see that coming. Maybe something happened beforehand that we didn't catch between those two, but I'm not sure what that was all about. Anyways, back to the live shot. Now we got a battle for the lead on our hands. There's Johnny Sauter in the 30. Elliott Sattler behind him. Sattler peeking his nose in there, going to try to take it 3 wide, and he does. He gets underneath them, runs the 30 up the racetrack, and now here comes the 41 of Casey Mears. That's 2 Chip Ganassi racing cars behind him, as the 40 of Sterling Marlin is back there as well with a run, and he's gaining on them. And here comes Casey Mears to the point, down on the bottom, and there comes Kurt Busch with another run at it on the bottom, taking it 3 wide. Contact, bounces off the 41, and he's going to lead that lap. So many lead changes just happened in that short amount of time. And now Kurt looking to run away with it here. Johnny Sauter, contact, almost turned the 40. And we're going to have lap traffic here. That's the 42 of McMurray. Where are these guys going to go? McMurray's going to block Kurt Busch up high. Looks like maybe team orders here. I'm not sure. And they're going to just squeeze past them. And now here comes Marlin. They're 4 wide through 1 and 2. Off of turn 2. Sterling Marlin backed out of it. Smart move by him there. Marlin in the draft with his teammate. Casey Mears going to the front. Elliott Sattler, your leader, though, pulled ahead. He didn't have any issues getting by the 42. And now here comes Casey Mears and Sterling Marlin working together, using the draft, trying to get by Elliott Sattler. Oh, and now Boris Said giving these guys nowhere to go. Here comes Matt Kenseth. Mears finally is going to get past the 36. So everything McMurray just did goes out of the window now, because now these two have fallen way back, and it's not looking good for them. Oh, the yellow flag is out. I'm not sure what for. It looks like it might have been the 72 of Tom Hubert. Honestly, not sure what the yellow was out for. Might have been McMurray again. Seeing some contact on the front stretch here. McMurray and Harvick. No. McMurray and Leffler, maybe? Yep, there it is on the back stretch. Jamie McMurray gets sent around and into the inside wall. That's what brought out the yellow. And we're gonna have something new here. Standing by in the infield is Chris Mack after he's pulled it off the racetrack early here. Car was still running, but he just got tired of being out there, frustrated. Obviously, let's see. Here's some of his thoughts on this. Seems like he pulled off the track because he was frustrated with being in this position pretty much every race. Something happens and he's tired of just driving around and beat up race cars. He wants to go out there and race for the win. And whether it be a mistake of his or someone else's, he's always either on the hook or on the receiving end of a lot of damage. So that's why he just pulled it off the track. He got really frustrated being out there. He won at Riverside earlier this year, but that's really the only high in this season. Everything else has been lows, and we're almost at the end. We're about 10 races away from the finish of the season, and it's not really been much good to talk about this year. So last season was like this as well, and he's just looking to turn things around, but the green flag is out. And dang it, I said I was trying not to say that. I'd gone a while without saying it. But we got another fight for the lead on our hands here as Casey Mears takes it 3 wide for second, and that's allowing Kurt Busch to pull away. Here comes Kevin Harvick with a run. Matt Kenseth back there. He's up to speed, using the draft to stay up to speed. Nonetheless, he's up to speed. Sterling Marlin back there as well. The 22 of Scott Wimmer. Kyle Petty inside the top 10. These two guys right here having good runs here today. Don't usually see them up inside the top 10 that often, so it's nice. It's always a nice run when these guys are in the top 10. Look at Johnny Sauter all over the back bumper of Kevin Harvick. Almost turned him as he pushed him through 1 and 2. Off of turn 2, now down the back stretch and into turn 3. And Harvick on the bottom underneath Casey Mears, and he's going to take the spot away. Here comes Johnny Sauter to the inside now. And Elliott Sadler going to look for 3 wide, and he's gonna do just that. Doesn't go all the way down to the bottom. We saw that result in the wreck earlier today. Man, it's getting crazy here. Johnny Sauter almost got up into the outside wall. Kyle Petty reeling these guys in as well here, and Dale Jr. got by Scott Wimmer. Wimmer just kind of hanging back there. I don't think he wants any part of this. It's getting crazy up here as they race for the lead. Or really race for second. Kurt Busch kind of driving away from the rest of the pack. Whoa, Boris said. Might cause some issues here. Matt Kenseth seems to be the only one really having a problem with that 36 this time by. Scott Wimmer's going to get by him pretty cleanly as well here. Ryan Newman, Tony Stewart. I feel like that 36 might cause an issue sooner or later. But meanwhile, Elliott Sadler has run down the 97 and to the inside for the lead. Elliott Sadler trying to get by Kurt Busch. Couldn't lead that lap, but he's going to take the lead from him this time in 1 and 2 here. The 30 of Johnny Sauter back there. Look at Kurt. He's looking low. Sadler tried to block, but Kurt Busch got back to the inside of him there with ease. Elliott Sadler tried to get a run off on the higher groove, but couldn't really do much with it. And now he's going to get freight trained down on the bottom. These guys down on the inside of him using the draft to their advantage. Sadler now is in the draft, but still getting freight trained here. Whoa, Jamie McMurray and Tom Hubert, 2 slow cars. And that's going to hold up Kevin Harvick. That allows Junior and Marlin to get by. Kurt Busch takes the high side to avoid Brendan Gaughan. Brendan Gaughan down on the bottom in that 77. And Sadler goes to the grass. There's a wreck on the front stretch. And that's Mike Skinner in the 31. I saw another car slow as well there. Skinner gets it straight. He's trying to get it going again. He's obviously fighting the wheel there as the toe seems to be knocked. Damaged a little bit. The yellow flag is out. Let's see what happened to Mike Skinner to bring out the caution once again here. And it was the 36 of Borisset off of turn 4, and they just ran out of room. Sends both of them into the outside wall. I knew that the 36 was a hazard. I'm just wondering why they didn't park the 36 laps ago, but looks like he's out of the race now, so that's good. Getting ready to go green once again. Kurt Busch, really the more dominant car here today, if there has been a dominant car, and he's got a lot of hungry drivers behind him. Hungry for wins here. Casey Mears is one of them. Green flag is back in the air. Kurt Busch won last week at Darlington. Won the Southern 500, I think. And now, looking to win it again here at Texas. Won earlier this year at Talladega. His second straight. What's the race called? It's not the air. It wasn't the Aaron's 499 at the time, was it? It was something. But second straight Talladega Race 1 event. Wide down the backstretch for second. Look at Dale Jr. He's finally gotten his way back up. Jr. won earlier this year here at Texas in that rain-shortened disaster of a race where a majority of the field crashed out on lap 1, maybe lap 2. Kevin Harvick hasn't won here in the MG Cup Series, looking to get that first win. Johnny Sauter, the rookie, looking to possibly get his first win as well. He's been pretty strong lately, running up front. Hasn't been very consistent, but he's been turning that around these last couple of races. So looking to get that first win maybe here today. All these guys really have a chance at it. Elliott Sadler also looking for his first win. We weren't expecting Elliott to or Hermie to win a race before Elliott did. But Hermie Sadler last season was the first of the two Sadler rows to win. And that caught everybody off guard. Sadler and Busch side by side for the lead now. Kurt Busch on the high side does it again. He's going to get that run off once again and cross him over heading into 3. And look at, here comes Johnny Sauter on the bottom. And now lap traffic maybe. Mike Skinner in the 31. Whoa, Junebug, look out. Go on board with Sterling Marlin. He'll go 202 miles an hour down in the turn 1. He's just kind of cruising around back here, watching this play out in front of him. But he's still hungry for that first win. Just feels like it's not time to really push yet. So just kind of rides around back here. Off of turn 2, down the backstretch, and into 3. Sadler looking low once again on Kurt Busch. Looks like Kurt Busch finally is going to have to surrender that spot. Look at this lap car side by side in front of your leaders. Where are they going to go? This is going to allow Johnny Sauter to take the lead. And look at that, Kevin Harvick right behind him as well. Possibly, we could possibly see a first-time winner here today. There are 3 drivers in this lead group that haven't won yet. 4, but Elliott Sadler just got held up big time. That just eliminated him from the picture. So now it's down to 3 drivers that haven't won yet. Casey Mears, I believe, has 2 wins or 1. depending on when I'm recording it. I'm not sure. Oh boy. I believe he only has one at the time. I can't think right now. Anyways, Casey Mears in second place. Look at Kurt Busch way out ahead. He's the most winningest driver out of these few. He's got 3 wins here in the MG Cup Series. Almost a wreck there. Harvick almost got turned by the 30. These guys not really cutting each other any breaks. Whoa, Mike Skinner, look out! Right up in front of the 97. Oh, and there he goes into the wall, collecting Kurt Busch. The green flag is still out, but that eliminates Kurt Busch from this race. Sterling Marlin as well, as he's got some damage to the front end of that 40 car. Mike Skinner with more damage as well. So now it's down to just 3. One driver that has only won once, and 2 drivers that have never won here in the MG Cup Series. Elliott Sadler a little bit further back, hoping for something else to slow these 3 down so he can have a shot at winning as well. It's 3 possible first-time winners here today. But it's a 3-second gap between all of these guys and Elliott Sadler. And then Kurt Busch trying to reel him in. We're within 10 laps to go. Anything can happen. We got more lap traffic side by side in front of your leaders, but they're gonna sort that out before they get there. So we head through 1 and 2 again. Johnny Sauter looking to the middle, and he's gonna get underneath the 41 of Casey Mears. Sauter now behind Kevin Harvick, and Johnny Sauter to the inside. These guys dead even. But now Johnny Sauter being held up by Sterling Marlin, and that's going to eliminate his chances of winning here today. Marlin about got turned there. Johnny Sauter tired of that 40 car holding him up, and that's going to eliminate him completely from winning, having a shot to win this race. He's going to try to turn him again, sends him down into the grass. Still can't quite do the job, and about got taken out for it. And then there were 2. And it looks like that might have been possibly a team order thing, because Casey Mears is now in the lead, but Kevin Harvick now underneath him. They're side by side for the lead. And maybe manufacturer orders here. Another Dodge. That's Ryan Newman in the 12 in front of these 2. Will he do anything, or will he get out of the way? Newman kind of has a reputation for being a roadblock in NASCAR, but will he do the same here in the MG Cup Series? He's running down in the same line as the leaders. Will he stay high? Will he get out of the way, or will he just block? He seems to be getting out of the way here. Whoa, Mike Skinner! And he goes into the wall again. Newman with damage to the front end of that car once again. Mike Skinner is a real hazard here today. With all that damage on his car, I think he should have just parked it a while ago, but he's trying to make it to the end of this race. He's only going 169 miles an hour, and there's a bunch of cars behind him with a lot of speed. Brendan Gaughan and Steve Parker going 193. That's not as much of a hazard. It's only a 10 mile an hour difference. These guys are going 203. And they're in a little 3-car pack trying to make some ground on the leaders, but it's not really working. Kevin Harvick dives down on the pit road. Harvick unable to make it to the end on fuel. Casey Mears with just 2 laps to go. And Harvick looked like he was set to get his first career win, as he was out in front, had a good gap there, but couldn't save enough. Casey Mears through 3 and 4. Will he have to pit? No, he will not. He's willing to risk it all at this point. White flag in the air. One more time around for Casey Mears. Can he get his second career win here at Texas? Harvick just now coming out of pit road. He's going to fall a lap down. A tough break for him. But Casey Mears won last season's Pepsi 400 at Daytona. And he's heading through 3 and 4 to get his second career win. This time at Texas. Casey Mears takes the checkered flag and has his teammate right in front of him. And Chip Ganassi, that team getting another win. That's their 4th win this season. Second driver to win, as Jamie McMurray won the other 3. How about that for Casey Mears? As he's had a few strong runs here and there, had a few bad ones as well. But now he's a winner for the 2nd time here in the MG Cup Series, taking the checkered flag here at Texas. What a finish to a chaotic race, to say the least. That's going to do it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe. Hope to see you guys next time. Until then, peace.